Yes. Okay. Shoot. All right. Now we are officially back. We are live and in color. Hopefully, we're not distorted. And you guys can hear us nice, loud, and clear. This is China Bessie. I am only streaming on Facebook and YouTube. What's up, YouTube? You already know. I'm excited to be back with another exclusive. You guys saw the title, Pretty Rich Chicks. Yes, I am here with Miss Pretty Rich herself. Okay, I'm gonna get into that in just a moment so you can really get into who this chick is. You're seeing her, you're hearing about her. She's a quiet storm, if you will, but she already has a resume. Okay, y'all better go do y'all fact checking. Okay, this chick right here been doing it big, so I'm proud of her and everything that's happening. So let's go ahead and share again. Share the feed, get the word out. This is the Labor Day edition. Okay, this is a special Labor Day edition. Okay, so go ahead and share the feed, get the word out. Do a watch party, let everybody know, because we're gonna just have some dialogue. Y'all been hearing about her testimony and some big things that's happening, and God is just really blessing her to just continue to expand on her amazing testimony, and it is a blessing. And we're gonna talk about the bold moves that's required to really go into that space of just unlimited potential and go into that space of just really walking into your beliefs. You know, we still have about 100 and maybe 12, 15 days left this year.
4 more months.
Like that. Huh?
4 more months.
4 more months, right? A little bit shy of it. And you got enough time to do some things that you can look back on this year and be like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what has happened so far this year. I believe that Labor Day, since this is a Labor Day edition, to me, Labor Day is not a lounging day. And I get it if you're working a full-time job and you finally got some time off, especially with everything that's been going on in the current society that we live in. I get it. But I want to just bring a different perspective to that and look at Labor Day as a day of labor, a day for you to deliver something, a day for you to push something out, a vision that God has given you, a dream that He's shown you. It's time to deliver in this ninth month. You are 9 months in. It's time to deliver something amazing. So let's get into it, Miss Pretty Rich. Let them know who you are. Introduce yourself to the world. I always speak from a perspective as if they don't know who we are, as if
Right.
they're seeing us for the first time, and not assuming that they already know who we are. So let them know a little bit about you, Miss Kawan Sanders, Miss Pretty Rich.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. China, for inviting me to this platform. Before I introduce myself, I just have to show gratitude to you for even bringing me into this industry. So I salute you and I thank you for helping save a lot of people's lives, such as myself, and breaking me out my shell and always speaking life into individuals. So I just want to salute you and thank you for your leadership, your impeccable leadership and mentorship that is priceless. It costs 1 million, but we get it for free here, and I salute you and God bless you.
Well, you
So,
love me too much.
hey
I have
guys,
to give
how
it
y'all
right
doing?
back, sis. You know, I'm just giving it right back. You put me in the game, and I'm
Right?
right back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Woo!
honored. I'm blessed. So yes.
Well, thank you so much, guys. As Dr. China said, my name is Kawana Sanders. I was a beautician by trade. I've been doing hair like all my life. I've been self-employed actually since I've been 21 years old. So I had never had a job ever. I used to own two beauty salons, a kids clothing store, a sports bar, daiquiri shop in New Orleans, Louisiana. Due to divorce and Katrina, I no longer have none of those things. I relocated to Houston, Dallas, Texas, and started working after Katrina in corporate America. I had the opportunity for working for one of the well-known airlines in the industry. So that's where I got my start in corporate America. As I did that, I progressed. I used to be a supervisor, then a manager, and then I thought I hit the jackpot when I made it to the top of being a general manager in corporate America. So once what I said was, I was so successful in life, and I really didn't know how to be an employee because I always was an employer. So, and being self-employed. But once I got in corporate America, I was like, you know what? I need to see how high I can get in corporate America. So I still set a goal in everything that I was doing. So I achieved that goal. I got as high as I can get. Thank you, Lord, for the opportunity. But I had a different view. Once COVID hit, I still was working. I relocated here to Houston. Um, and when COVID hit, me and Dr. China hooked up. God placed us together way before it. So he knew the plan he had for my life and our life. And he got me positioned in this industry in January. And shy of January, guys, I had only been in the industry like maybe, I think, a month. In February, I was blessed to actually go to London um, with Dr. China and some of the amazing leaders in Rich University. Now, guys, I was only a Platinum 150. So when they say, God don't call to qualify, he's due to qualifying. So I know so many people was looking like she not even right, 150. But God blessed me to be in that space. I had an amazing time. Just to be around a group of people that was so motivated and so amped up, like so many people of all nationalities was there, and I had the experience. I had the privilege of being there. So thank you guys. But I qualified to go. It was
That's
not
right.
favored. It was favored also, but I qualified as well. It was
That's right.
something you had to meet, right? It was a requirement. So I met the requirement that they demanded for us to go. So I had the privilege to do that. Now, guys, I had never heard of Forex. Never, ever. Never. I always used to see Dr. China on the platform talking, and I see her with Dr. Jewel Tanker and, on TVs and BET Awards. And I'm like, sis is doing it, okay? So I contacted her and just was like, just telling her I see her and she's doing amazing. I just was thinking of nothing else. I didn't even want to know what she did really. But she inboxed me, and now that I know, being under her leadership, you know, I know what she was doing. So she reached back out to me and
Right.
we just started talking, right? We just started talking and she told me
Right.
what she was doing. And I was still puzzled. I was like, what is Forex? And she explained, she asked me that I have a phone. I said, yeah. She said, I made every excuse, first off, guys. Not to even, like, I don't have time for it. I'm a general manager at 2 stations. And she was like, listen, you got a cell phone? Download this app, put this in. I did just that. I think I made a couple of dollars. I don't know how much, $3, $5, but it was a matter of minutes. And I was like, that's it? She was like, yeah, that's it. I'll call you later. So immediately I was like, shoot, this might be something. So I've been a part of the company since January, guys, and I traded 3 weeks, I think, in my demo account. Now her job, all she did was show me how to place a trade. That was totally it. She showed me in 1 minute how to place a trade. She didn't babysit me. She didn't walk me through. She just showed me one time. I put that trade in, and ever since then, I was on the move. I put $1,000 in my account. Past profits do not guarantee future results, but this is my story. And in 19 days, I made $2,700. I
So
was
we gonna
amazing.
pause right there, girl. We gonna pause right there because you gave them a lot, but we gonna pause right there real quick because January 2020, you entered into the Rich University community with no experience. Didn't know
None.
what Forex was. Really was just complimenting me on. We worked together many years ago. Kawana gave me my start in the beauty industry. She was doing my hair when I was in high school. I used to love getting those deep waves. We from New
High
Orleans, and she had
ponytail.
the most, yes, baby. She had the most popping shop in the city. So I
Right.
would go to get my hair done, and I had found this girl who told me the game of how I could graduate high school with my cosmetology license. And so I was in beauty school while I was still in high school. So when I graduated, Kawana gave me a chair in one of the most popping shops in the city. Like that was a big deal, right? That was like I graduated this week. I was moving in the shop next week where I made so much money. So Kawana had put me onto a game. She been a boss, been doing her thing, been highly respected, been having a mega homes and just really just black excellence, to be honest with you. And so when she reached out and said, I see you doing your thing, congratulations. Why would I leave her out of something that I know could be a blessing for her life too? And so I told her, girl, you would be amazing at what I do.
Right. That's that saying. You would be amazing at what I do. You hear
Now,
me?
the truth is, I only tell it to people who is the truth for, right? I mean, so she would be amazing at this. I know she would. And so when she and that's why I tell y'all, when y'all reach out to people, like, don't just tell nobody anything. Like, reach out to people who you really see doing their thing that would be amazing at what we're doing, right? So
Yeah.
and she was like, she wasn't reaching out to me for that. She was genuinely just saying, you doing your thing. You know, we had just left from Dubai a couple of months prior to that. She saw me in South Africa.
Africa.
Yeah. So I was serious about that though. I was like, what you doing? You know? And she told me what she was into. And I'm like, girl, you would love this. So literally, like she said, I was driving to an event and I said, Kawana, download this app. And so she downloaded the app while I'm driving. I'm telling her what to do. And I told her, I don't know if this is going to go in profit or not, but I want to show you how simple it is to trade, because so many people think that it's hard. They think that it takes a lot of time. They think that they got to be good in school and math and all that kind of stuff. And that's not what it is. Like, it's literally like copying a text message and pasting it. And so I said, listen, download the app. You know, let me look at the market real quick. I'm literally driving. And I was like,
You
just press
was.
buy. And she was like, do what? I said, just press buy. And she pressed it. And like, while we was on the phone, she went into profit. I said, what color is it? She told me it was blue. Right? And so I was like, baby, you're in profit, you making money. She's like, what? I said, okay, I gotta go out and call you back because I'm going into a meeting. And so that was really the beginning of something absolutely amazing. I just want to tell the people that's listening, that was January. Now we in September. And maybe you didn't make a decision to get in partnership with people who could put you in a position to take your cell phone and literally press a button and make money. But you still have an opportunity to do that now in September. So, all right, you took us to February. So it's February 2020. You'd have been in 1 month, your life already to change. You done came to Atlanta, you'd have met the CEO.
Yeah, that was a blessing. Like, to be in the vicinity of the man who created I Am Academy. Who does that? I'm fresh. I'm like a newborn.
Talk about this part, Kawana, because I think the thing that's important for people to understand that's watching is this. Okay, you did those things, but what was your mindset at the time? Talk about some of the adversities that kept coming up that could have prevented you from even showing up. Because if you wouldn't have came to Atlanta, you wouldn't have went to London. You wouldn't have went to Turkey. And chances are you might not still be here right now. So talk about, so people can hear that it's never just a walk in the park, but you do have a decision to make. Talk about what that process looked like for you to actually show up, like the things that popped up that could have prevented you from showing up in Atlanta.
Well, the first thing that popped up was fear. Fear of the unknown. That popped up because I'm such a, one man band right here. After I got out of, the beauty industry and everything, I just became really closed in. So I was scared because only person I knew in Atlanta would have been you and your husband, Logic Mix. So I wanted my daughter and my godchild and them to come, but they was like, okay, we gonna come, but then we moving in our apartment. And I said, well, I'm not gonna go because nobody not coming. And one thing my kids and my godchild told me is, no, you need to go. So they pushed me. So the topic today was pushing through, right, on Labor Day. So I'm so excited because that's the first thing I had to do. I had to face my fear of being by myself and coming into something unknown, which was the best thing ever happened to me. And then I had to push through. Now, the most thing that I had to do is I had to overcome COVID had just happened. That was the beginning when we came from London and things like that.
Right, but before we go to London, though, so let's just make sure that they're clear because, okay, bam, you made the decision to sign up and get in. You had the money, you got in, you trusted me. Bam, that wasn't super hard because, okay, you know what? If it don't work, oh well. I didn't invest $300 into something before. That's some bundles. That's a wig or something. That's I done spent the money.
$234. What is that?
About exactly. Now she's talking about coming to Atlanta around these people. Now it's getting serious here, Now,
and I'm around all kind of big wigs. You know what I'm saying? Like people with real money. So I was just like Gary Roberts. I mean, like Everybody was in a jewel tanker. You, your husband. I mean, the room was lit. Tierra, the room was lit, and to sit at that table was
Right.
amazing, and the privilege. 5-star eating. I mean, they treated us really good. That was a blessing, though, guys, to
Right.
even be in there. So I loved it, and because I was
So
in that
okay.
room and I pushed past my fear, I was rewarded. Because, like she just said, if I wasn't in that room when Christopher Terry made all these big announcements I would have missed the opportunity.
Mm. Come on,
I would have
man.
missed it. I would have missed
That
it.
part, that part right there. So many people. What if? Let's go back. We're going deeper, y'all. We gonna go higher. We're gonna go higher. We're going higher.
Let's
We're going
go.
higher. So what if the people that was her daughter and her niece that was around her, because remember, she said the first thing that presented itself was fear. I'm saying, girl, you just signed up. We got this big event happening in Atlanta. You need to come. Bam. Okay, her daughter was supposed to come. Her niece supposed to come. So she's in her comfort zone. She's going into unfamiliar territory, but she got a comfort zone in a way here because she got some people that's familiar with her that's gonna go with her, and then they back out. So now that was a great excuse, right? We think reasons and excuses are different, they're the same. That was a great excuse for her to be like, I'm not gonna go. But guess what she decided to do? She decided to push through. She decided to say, I'm going. You hear me, Jamie? Okay. She decided to say, no, fear kicked in her support system. So she got me saying, no, you need to be here, right? I'm pulling. And then she got her daughter and her niece saying, no, you need to go. So my question to you guys is, who's in your environment? And what is their encouragement to you and your destiny? Are the people that you connected to pushing you to the next level? Or are the people that you connected to telling you you should not do this and you should stay in your place and keep on patting you down to keep you
Oh,
stuck?
that's it. That's a word. That's a word. That's a word, Dr. China, right there. Because I know you always say you have to protect your ear gates. And I never understood the words that you were speaking. I was like, I never get it. But now I get it. Because, like you just put it into perspective. If I had not listened to them, they wanted the best for me.
Yes.
They already knew it was meant for me. They pushed me into coming by myself. And the
Mm-hmm.
fear of not even be able to touch you, some people think people are untouchable, right? But for you to just open it up warm, when I was there, like I was right there. You was taking a picture, you made me feel like my trip was all worth it. And all my fear immediately went away. And I jumped into student mode because you had your rich university gear and things like that. And I went automatically into helping mode, trying to help because
Wow.
that's the person that I am. So a
That's another
service,
gem.
you know?
Sis, you dropped another gem though, because a lot of people don't understand. Okay, bam, you come into this new world, and then now, we need to share this inside the community to let them know we on, because we got to get some more activity up in here. Where's Giovanna at? Can you text Giovanna? Or are you on your phone?
I'm on the phone.
Okay, so let me tell Giovanna to share this.
Nightclub is popping right now, sis. A lot of
Oh
these people
Lord,
are
let me leave
dropping.
that alone. I can't even touch the phone. Let me put that down.
You
They're getting
can't
paid.
touch the
Okay,
phone, sis.
this
We be
miscellaneous thing.
we be
Y'all don't
waiting
know
on
that
we be
I'm getting
waiting on
paid.
this.
I know that's right. Forget that. I ain't about to say nothing. I dare not do that while they getting their money. They've been like, no wonder nobody's
No
here. They
mail.
make money. Okay, let's be
You know how nightclub go down.
right. So nightclub is on right now. What that means is people that are part of the community are on with Mr. Logic Mix right now. They're getting pips in the nightclub. So that I get it.
All
Okay, so
day.
listen, what you just dropped was powerful because you said, okay, you got past the fear because you had the right people in your corner and the
Yep.
environment encouraging you to move forward to greater.
Correct.
But when you got there, thank the Lord, you had a mentor that was really warm for real. It wasn't just on here. I was the same
It
person that I
wasn't.
was that was like, come on, like it was no barrier of tape. It was like you made a sacrifice to come here, and I told you I'm gonna meet you halfway, meaning that you put in effort. I got you. So when she
Ooh,
came in, yeah, that's important. You got to be in a
that's
part of
important.
that's important.
That's
So when she
important.
came in, she's a part of some of the pictures right now that's going around everywhere with a whole head lineup, and she was brand new. But guess what? God gave her permission. He gave her access. So that means
Ooh.
that when she took that step forward, because access was granted, bam, her spot was secure. Watch this though. What she said is that she didn't just show up as a liability. She
Ooh.
didn't just show up dead weight, leaning on, expecting doors to be open and access to be
Mm-mm.
granted without bearing gifts. What was her gifts that she was bearing? Her gifts was, I'm coming to bring in support. So when she saw things that was needed, guess what she did? She didn't need nobody to tell her. She saw where there was a need. She moved into position quickly, and she began to serve. And that's the part that a lot of people don't understand. Your servitude will give you access to rooms that you may not ordinarily qualify to be in. But
That's
because you deemed an asset, then now you will be invited back because a person remembered that when nobody filled in those spots, bam, you was right there. That's a
yes.
that's a that's a well key right there. I've done that. Oh my God, not even intentional like a strategy. It's just kind of like out of human nature. There's a need, I could provide, supply.
Mm-hmm.
There's a need, I can provide, supply.
Right.
Right? So I'm just excited about this. So okay, we in February 2020. You are in
2020.
Atlanta. Huh?
I done met everybody.
You done met Christopher Terry, the CEO of the company. You all then watch this, y'all. I said, y'all come to the stage. These are moments that you do not. This was a seed that was being planted into the lives of people in the beginning of the year that is literally blossoming right now, right? So
Oh,
you
yes.
on stage with the CEO. Come get your
Pictures.
stage. Opportunities, trust me, the next time you see them, it might be security guards around them. It's not something that people normally get an opportunity to do, right?
Right.
So when somebody gives you an invitation, y'all, you can't be debating about people giving you an invitation to something that you ordinarily wouldn't even qualify for. You got to leap. So, okay, bam, let's talk about it. So now we go into you go to London. Talk about that experience.
That was amazing. London was like a dream come true because I just had the opportunity to be around, like-minded individuals in a whole nother industry that I knew nothing about, and to see the love that was displayed, to see the wealth, how much money was in that room, to see the young
Hmm.
people, like, you know, I mean, just young people, 19, 20, 21. I mean, however, but they doing it and they happy about it. And it was amazing. And then Turkey and stuff, just to explore it with people. It was just a blessing. So I was so grateful for that opportunity. And once again, thank you. So
So it
Dr.
and it was
Chan,
a blessing.
huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, what you said.
I was just saying that, coming out the gate, Atlanta, boom, right? That was the requirement. Now, though you met the requirements to go to London, at any point were you thinking like this is happening so fast? What were you thinking?
Yes.
Your whole life and just brrr.
It just was happening right before my eyes. But then I realized, you know what? You prayed for it. You asked for it. This is something that you asked for. It might not be in the form that you asked for it, but this is the form that God had for me. And what I mean by that, I'll go all the way back to December. In December, you know how we always, when the new year comes, oh, we make our New Year's resolution and things like that. And my first lady had talked to me at the end of the year, and she said, you know what you need? You need to be surrounded. You need to pray to God, first off, to bring you back around like-minded individuals. And then ever since then, when a new year hit, here we go, me and you. I was
Yeah.
connected right then and there. So I spoke life of people that I surrounded myself with that go back to the ear gates. Who are you listening to? So I listened to my first lady. She spoke that life into me. I prayed that specific prayer, and then January, God lined it up. And here I am today, 9 months in the game, and I'm still connected, and I will be still connected.
Wow.
So
So
that's a
that's
privilege.
I love what you said about December. So you prayed to be
Hmm.
around like-minded people. You prayed in December for something different so that you could elevate your situation by elevating the people that you had access to. And bam, God sent us to reconnect. And so now, bam, it's February. You'd have been to London, 8,000 people in the room that helped to build your belief. Now we go to Turkey, countries we never been to before,
Hmm.
in restaurants and like,
You be like, what? I ain't know nothing about Forex. I got the exchange money. I'm a part of Forex, right? So when we get to London, right, we have to exchange our dollars for their dollars. I'm just, you know what? I'm following the leader. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it because they doing it. So I trusted in the people that I was following. And I just did it. And I really didn't know nothing about Forex, y'all. I didn't even know about Forex when I was in Forex in the beginning. Okay. But I
wow.
just kept going, kept going, kept going. I was intimidated, like, but I kept going. They used to be like, you gotta go live. I'm like, I don't do that. But I saw everybody with their phones up, they just going live all around me. I'm like, this was a blessing. But guess
Wow.
what? I mimic all of y'all. So
You
you gotta mimic the person that you want to be, the mimic
I know
thing.
what you mean. I know what you mean. When I first got into the industry, I never forget this. It was a lady who was over the Atlanta market. And she was this tall woman. She had two small kids, and my daughter messed with me to this day because she said, "Mama, Erica McQueen had her two kids at the time." Girl, Erica McQueen kids was rambunctious like mine. Okay, there was, when you're a busy mom want to go and you got two small kids, it was interesting. So she
Right,
was like, and I looked at her just laugh because a legacy and the king, Lord have mercy. But anyway, they're active and they're spoiled because they're growing up so privileged. And I work to keep them grounded, but they're so privileged by the grace of
right.
God. And so this woman, she had an event at her home. And I remember going into her house. Let me tell you something. I didn't even know how good I was doing in the industry. I didn't know that it was a big deal. I
Uh-huh.
just saw that it was real. Kawana, I saw these people was making this money, girl. I was be doggone if they was gonna leave me out of this. Wait, now. This was 10 years ago. 10
10
years
years
ago.
ago.
I was still doing hair. I was introduced by one of my clients, Charlotte Langford. And Charlotte introduced me to this thing, girl. And I was like everybody else, girl, that's one of them things. I was just this girl, broken bougie. Like I tell y'all, I've been bougie now, but I was broken.
Okay. Always look like money though. Pockets probably was empty, but sis,
Honey,
damn, right?
okay, I had to give me some money, baby. It was necessary for my lifestyle. So basically, what happened was I went to the meeting. And I got into the business. You guys will hear that other part of the story, but I got into the business and I went to her house, and these people were making the kind of money that I know I desired to make that I had never heard people were making. So it was two things that could have happened. Either I could have believed it was true and got the money with them, or I could have with people that was broken with it and just were like, "Girl, that ain't real. Girl, you broke." So I don't know if it's real or not. I'm not listening to your broke self, okay? You broke
Right.
and mad. No. You gotta decide: are you listening to broke mad people?
Ooh, that's
Don't
what.
be
That's
listening
what.
to no broke mad people about no money. So I decided to. She got into the room, and I never forget every word she said. I said in my presentation because I was so new to this, I couldn't make this stuff up. So I said, "Shoot, let me write down what she's saying because
What?
shoot, I'm about to mess this
That
up if
was
I."
me. That was
What you
me,
say? Oh,
girl.
let me rewind it. Let me say that part again. I'm quoting her. Let me write that down, child, because I got to be ready. You got to be a student of the game for greatness. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
a student of the game of greatness. And that's what this really is about. You got to be a student of the game of greatness in order to go to the next level. And you got to do it unapologetically. So we got another special guest on, guys. I saw her pop up in the chat and I had to grab another rich chick tonight. Hold on, what this thing is doing. So surprise, we got the game changer.
Hey,
What's up? What's
beautiful.
up? How y'all doing?
Happy Labor
Doing good.
Day.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes. How y'all doing tonight?
honey,
Good.
So listen, you know all the time, baby. You see, we got Miss Pretty Rich in the house, and make sure everybody y'all
What's up,
sharing this. This
honey?
is just some late
Hey,
night
beautiful.
Labor Day talk. Okay, yes, we getting into it. So, Toya, I was, Kawana was sharing her story about just the journey. We just in February. We ain't even got to say this yet. She shared with us that she started in January. In February, she was able to go to Atlanta, meet Christopher Terry, all the top leaders. She met you at the same time, right? At the event,
Yeah.
right? Then we went to London, and then Kawana, tell us how much you made again. You said you started your account from
With 1,000.
because remember we still do forex. We just happen to be a lifestyle. So
I
what
can't
was you?
hear
You
you no more.
said in 3 weeks you can't at all
There you
right
go.
now.
There you go. You
Having
good.
a feedback.
Oh, it sounds ugly.
Get your earbuds.
Oh, this weird. Hold on.
But I forgot to tell him Sawyer was my flight buddy.
Oh yeah. Oh
Is
yeah.
it is it better, y'all? Is it
Yes,
Yes.
better with my
much better.
earphones?
Yes, much
Yeah.
better.
Woo,
Much
thank
better.
God. Okay. So so we're gonna get you to pull in here too, Toya. But so really quick, because obviously the product is still Forex. You obviously are experienced in life. So this is like Forex lifestyle. Okay, yeah, you said yes to Forex. You started trading, but that opened up the door for you to now go to Atlanta and then go to London and then go to Turkey. But let's get back to Forex for a second. You started your account in demo. You stayed in your demo for 3 weeks.
Three
You went
weeks.
to your live account. Share with us what that story was in live.
What did you say? Well, like when I furnished
Your
my
live.
account with 1,000, when I went live in 19 days because of the copy and paste system in I Am Academy, I actually made $2,700 in 19 days. That blew me away. So that's what I started with.
Mm.
Y'all froze? So are you there?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay.
Something going on with Dr. China again.
Well, go ahead on and take over, sis. Come
Just
on.
mere, just
Girl, what you said?
go ahead, Toya.
Well, how y'all doing, everybody? I am Toy the Game Changer, and I came into this space a year ago. I didn't know anything about Forex, never even heard of it. But my beautiful mentor, Dr. China, I saw how she was living on social media, and basically her and we grew up in New Orleans together, and so I was so excited to see her because I hadn't seen her in a long time. And when I did see her, I was like, "Dang, she went." I'm like,
Right.
whatever it is she's doing, I need to be doing it the same way she's doing it. And
Right.
so what happened was I reached out to her and she explained the industry, and I was acting like I knew what she was talking about. Really, I had no clue what she was talking about, but I was not willing to act like I did not know because I needed to have access to this, right? So I figured if I knew what I was talking about, she was gonna give me the scoop. If I didn't know what I was talking about, I thought I was gonna miss out. So I was like, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Needless to say, I came in, I was very coachable because I wanted to mimic her down to the T and do everything she did so that I can be successful. My husband and I, we didn't know anything about this. We've been doing this for a year now. In that year's time, I was able to travel to London, to Turkey for the very first time in my life. Okay. I've been working in the medical industry, investigating positions for over 20 years, guys, and still out of a 20-year career was never able to travel the country. This was my very first time actually receiving a passport. I didn't even know how to get a passport. And so this opportunity afforded me to travel. Okay. I didn't have to take off. I didn't have to request PTO. You know why? Because after being in this industry for 6 months, I was able to walk away from my 20-year career. That's right. Walk away from my career.
Period.
I got tired of being told what to do, how to do it, when to do it, how much money I can make. I got tired of working like a dog. And at the end of the year, I was only getting a 40 cents raise. And then they actually were telling me, hey, you did a wonderful job. You was at the top of the top. So I would hate to see what the bottom got if I had 40 cents.
Right.
And so when I got in this space and I saw how quickly I was able to be successful, y'all, just literally plugging in numbers from my cell phone, I was intimidated when I first got in this space. I thought I needed a master's, a bachelor's, a doctorate, whatever. But when I found out that all I had to do was copy and paste to be successful, and y'all, when I got in and I saw how quickly we could make the money, I started telling everybody. I started spreading a blessing because it was a blessing for me. So I
Right.
started spreading a blessing to everybody. And guess what? The blessing didn't stop because Christopher Terry, with I Am Master Academy, by the way, we just hit Forbes. But anywho,
3 times.
he paid me, okay, a residual income. And for the people that don't know what residual income means, that means you literally make money in your sleep. We get paid every Friday. And all I did was just tell a bunch of people that I love how easy it was to access the world's largest financial industry, something I didn't know nothing about. So that means if I didn't know it, I'm sure you don't know it. So guess what? That's not stopping me from getting a bag. So you come and get the bag with me. The rest is history. Not only was I able to retire, not only was I able to be in a brand new 4-bedroom home, but I literally just purchased a brand new Mercedes. Not the
Yes.
brag, but I'm bragging on God, okay? And
Come
how
on,
He connected
baby.
with like-minded people in a position that I didn't know nothing about. So for those of you that are watching, don't count yourself out. Your blessing may not come the way you thought it was going to come, but don't be ignorant to the fact that God is a God that will basically blow your mind. You cannot fit him in no little bitty box. Think outside of the box. And I'm glad that
Yes.
I did because it literally changed my life. It literally did.
Yes. I agree.
Wow.
Totally.
Yes,
Honey,
yes.
wait a minute. Let me find out Toya that came up in this piece in 2.2 seconds and did the whole presentations for y'all. Any applications, please? I know y'all gotta be
Okay.
like, okay, just give me the application. I'm in. I'm in.
Sign
I'm
Yes,
me
in.
up.
Okay.
yes.
Toya said, look, let's come straight to the chase. This is what it did for me. Okay. Let's cut straight all the
Y'all,
way. Let me interlude right quick. So for
Yes.
those of you who
I'm
get
so
sleepy,
excited. I'm so
yes.
excited. I'm so passionate about this, y'all. Today is Labor Day, as you all know. Happy Labor Day to everyone. And I was literally invited to a boss brunch today. And just because it's a holiday, that doesn't mean you stop with your mission. My mission is to impact nations and generations, just like the mission of Rich University and the mission of I Am Mastery Academy. I don't care where I am. There's lives that need to be saved. There's people that need hope and wishing and praying for this opportunity. So of course I'm gonna be at a boss brunch and have people to boss up. That's
Right.
what it's all about. I
That's
mean,
the
why
Mm.
not?
privilege, though. That's the privilege,
Yeah,
though, guys, right? We can be
yes,
anywhere, still enjoy activities, and still talk about what
right.
it is that we do. So working is not work.
No, it's
You know,
not.
we
Mm.
don't feel like we working, but we
It's
still
not.
are
Mm.
changing lives daily. So that is really the freedom. It's about freedom. Freedom
Yeah,
to live life
Mm.
on your own terms and help other people in the process.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It is.
Honey, y'all dropping so many bombs tonight. And I think for so many people that's watching, the reality of it is, Toya, you have to be watching something. Kawana, you had to be watching something at some point before you reached out. What
Mhm.
made you reach out, Toya? Where were you in your life to make you just say, because somebody watching right now, they hear all of this, it sound good, but so many people count themselves out instead of counting themselves in. I don't know
Right.
that we're gonna always have invitations. I don't know that it's always gonna be this affordable. I don't know that the broker's gonna always be, where you can open up a broker account for $50, right? But
Mhm.
while the opportunity is still available, what made you even reach out to begin with?
Well, what made me reach out was the simple fact that, first of all, I saw you and I was like, dang, I just literally saw how you was living. And plus, I was at a point in my life where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, y'all. I'm going to be real transparent with you. Even with a 20-year career, I was just kind of burnt out. I feel like I was going through the motions. I was just simply existing, not living. We want to live life on purpose. We want to fulfill our purpose. And I just feel like, each and every day I was going to the job and it was just the same old, same old. You already know what you're going to do. You already know the routine. It was like I was a robot and I was not being fulfilled. I was not happy. In fact, it was times where I would be asked to do overtime. I would come to work on time. And I would just be this overachiever. And yet I'm like, why am I not happy? On top of
Mm.
that, when we had different quotas that we had to meet, we had different deadlines and different productivity that we had to meet. I was like, okay, so we making basically the company millions and millions of dollars, and here it is. You're gonna give me a 40-cent raise, and then on top of that, they didn't even give us bonus money because they said we didn't make the budget. What you mean we didn't make the budget? No, you have the money. You just choose to give the money to who you choose to give it to. And so I was
Right.
at a point in my life when I say enough is enough, y'all, they teach us how to go to school, how to go and get an education, and you're supposed to have all of these top-notch degrees. But the reality is, nowadays, you have to have a minimum of a bachelor's degree just to make $12 an hour, you guys.
Dang.
$12 an hour. Yes,
That
that's the
sounds like a lot.
reality. That's the
Woo.
reality. And
Hold
the
up.
thing, that's the
She said,
requirement
"Who?
now. That is
Shoot.
the requirement now. So you mean
Girl.
to tell me we have to go to school? And I'm not against education by no means, but this is a reality, y'all. Think about this. We have to go to school for 4 or more years to get in debt anywhere between $30,000 to $100,000 a year just to get a job that's paying us entry level at $12 an hour. And so I
Hmm.
was just to the point in my life when I said, you know what? I need more. I want more. And I was just ready to step out. I didn't know how I was going to step out or what it was going to be. But Dr. China, I thank you for this opportunity because had I not seen you, I probably would have still been stuck and miserable on my job. And at 20 years would have probably turned into 30 years.
Wow.
That's
Hold
it.
up, girl. You just, first of all, you put that in perspective for so many people that's listening right now because I don't know that we're having this type of conversation at these different events. I don't know that people are sitting down and having conversations about life and what their options are. If the base minimum is having a best, so you telling me people going to get into debt 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a year or a semester for a degree to go make $12 an hour in 2020. It's
Yeah.
Yes.
2020. The cost of living goes up. Like literally, inflation is 11% a year. So $12 an hour. No wonder people walking around here depressed and feeling unfulfilled. That's ridiculous.
Right.
That is really slavery in 2020. There's no way. How are they buying all these bundles and lace fronts with a budget like that? I don't even know how the heck they're just the regular maintenance stuff, let alone necessities. I mean, that it gets tough because you're watching social media, you're seeing all these other
Mhm.
people out here. You want to feel like you are, doing something with yourself, and it's expensive just to glam up and
Mhm.
feel good about yourself. Not to be cliche, but I'm talking about the everyday person who feels that that's going to make them feel better. A
Right.
$12, I mean, this is not no disrespect to anybody that's on here. What she's sharing is the reality and how these people want to, and she got a good job. She's
Mhm.
investigating physicians. Like she said, she don't have no or did not have a Rudy Poo job because nobody that's on here is employed anymore. They have walked away from their jobs and careers this year after saying yes to something. And both of them, their first conversation on the phone with me, neither one of them knew what Forex was.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
They didn't know what it was. So what y'all looking at right quick
And
on the
Dr.
screen, I had to pull
China.
this up when she said that.
Dr.
I
China,
just
one
think
more
that
thing before you share that. So I was at the event at a brunch today, and a young lady told me that she literally went to school. She have a bachelor's and a master's degree. She went to school for criminal justice, but the reality was she saw that the top pay in her field coming out of school at an entry level was only $30,000, and now she has 2 degrees, and it was going to only pay her $30,000. And with experience, the max she would get was about $45,000. She said she was making more money at her regular 9 to 5 working at AT&T at the time versus her career of being in criminal justice. So now she don't even use her degree. She's doing something totally different that's making more money, and now she's paying back student loans. She don't even use her degrees, 2 of them. So,
can I
and
piggyback off of that 1 second?
go
Yes.
ahead.
Like Toya just said, people go to school. I seen it already. I seen it happen in my own family. People go to school, like she said, get a degree, right? And don't even use it and become something else. But then you paying the student loans back and you never even done that. Why do it? You need to
Right.
invest in yourself. And if you just say that lady made 30,000 in her field and have a degree, when I made 10 in 9 days, 10K in 9 days. You mean I made half of her salary of a year in 9 days? That's amazing. Y'all better
Yep.
Now
stop
it's not
sleeping on
funny.
yourself.
Now this not funny. Lord help me, Jesus, because I want to be empathetic. We're not laughing at the person. What's funny is
No, they
how
counting themselves out.
no, I get
They
you. No, I
counting
laugh
themselves out.
because it's a reality, but I really feel like the world has been tricked. They've
Yeah.
been tricked. And now these jobs, the
Mindset.
reason that she's probably only making 30,000 a year, first of all, you probably need to check what you're going to school for and how much you're going to get paid. To me, I would start with the end in mind. If you're going to go to school for 4 years, you need to be making so much money when you are done with school that it caught up with the 11% inflation. You can't think about,
Right.
okay, I'm gonna go to school for 4 years to get this bachelor's degree to make $50,000 a year. How much is 50,000 going to be worth in 4 years? Will that position in that field be relevant in 4 years? Is that something that the world needs in the new reality that we're living in? Because a lot of people, the reason that they're getting paid less is because their jobs is antiquated and it's no need for it anymore, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
what
Right.
and it's not. I'm not. I mean, I got to be sensitive because I know the mass majority of people are still working to figure it out. But the thing that's funny to me is that we got a solution, and it'll be somebody in that situation that have the audacity to debate, the
I
audacity
think
to
it's fear.
procrastinate.
It's fear.
Yeah,
It's fear. It's fear
Yep.
of the
yeah.
unknown. That $12 that Toya was just talking about is security for them. So they feel because that's in their mind. See, I know I'm gonna get a check in 2 weeks and I'm gonna calculate this $12 for 8 hours every single day. And I know I might get $800. But so it's the fear of the unknown, not knowing you sleeping on yourself the
But
whole time.
see, the reality of it is people been oppressed for so long that they don't realize they're oppressed. And the reality is that people, they buy what they want, but then they beg for what they need.
That's
So
it.
the
Mm,
priorities is all mixed up. So, Dr. China, when you say stuff like, how can people keep up with the times for as bundles and looking cute and this and that? Because they buying what they want, but they begging for what they need. So, most of the people, most American
mm,
people that's not in the elite, they have to go apply for assistance that they really don't qualify because you have to damn near be right above poverty before you can even apply and qualify for assistance, such as food stamps, Medicaid, all of these things what a lot of Americans is on, of all different races, of all different backgrounds. You do the research, the stats are really high. And guess what? It's just a trap to continue to bait you in because it's cushion. So people feel like, okay, if I'm gonna get my food stamps or if I'm gonna get this assistance or this Section 8 right now because I'm really not making enough money on my job, but I know that's coming in
mm.
because that's a form of security because I've been oppressed. And now I've been taught
Mm.
that I don't have to want more. And so when people come like you and I and us to teach you that there's something different, we shoot that down because we feel like we don't deserve that because this is what I deserve.
Ooh,
I've been in a
Mhm.
project for so long, and my grandma had a project, and so she gave it to my mama. My mama passed that
Mm.
project down to me. I'm not about to miss out on this $25 a month. But guess what? When the company and the economy decide to say,
That's
you
the
know what,
word.
I don't want you to live off of us anymore. We're gonna put you out. And in fact, we're not gonna even have the projects no more. We're gonna redevelop this into nice condominiums to where you have to have a certain amount of credit. You have to have a certain amount of income to even qualify in
mm.
a place you was raised in your whole life. So
Ooh.
now
Wait,
you're gonna
girl.
even qualify for your own neighborhood that you was
Wait,
raised.
wait. Now
That's
I'm not
right.
even
Just
ready
because
for
it may
this.
look different.
Wait.
Yeah.
Now I'm not even ready for this. Toya, you telling me that they could pass the project down?
Huh?
Yeah, you
They
know them
pass it
people
down
used to do
project.
that.
They yeah.
Pass the
Yeah.
project down like it's their own.
Like if
Yes.
your grandma not there no more, then you know her one of her daughters need to get it. Then her daughter
Hmm.
gonna start staying there with her children. And then
Right.
when the mama move out, get married, then the children gonna stand there with their children. What's
They
twenty
keep the
five
same
dollars?
one. It's a cycle. They keep it
Girl,
going
yo,
because they're not about to
I'm
give that
just
up.
listen.
Well,
I
I'm
probably
so
been, I,
thankful.
I probably been bougie a little too long because I had no idea that was even a thing. Y'all just done blew my doggone mind up on this piece right
Yeah,
now. So that right there is, I mean, wow,
that's
this
the
the privilege
reality, y'all.
sister.
That's
That's
the
the reality.
reality. And I'm not here to judge anybody by no means, but this is the reality. So when you get in a mindset of certain people and you have, the authority to speak into somebody's life because you know the power that God has given you. And you say, listen, listen, sis, listen, bro, let me show you what God has done for me. They look at you as if you speak in French and Chinese. Like, what are you talking about? And the reality
Mm.
is some people don't even want to get out their situation because they're looking at what was comfortable for them. They look at what was convenient for them and how they live in their life. If you tell somebody, you know what, you can own this piece in a few years or within a year or two, they don't want that because they have been oppressed and conditioned to that
Wow.
way of
Girl,
So
this part right. When I tell you, let me tell you something. This is why what we have in our hands is needed for the world. Rich University is here to impact nations and generations around the world. Even the vision that God gave me 7 years ago for the name was tough. There were people that was like, I don't think you should call it rich because people were so uncomfortable with that word. And God
life.
showed it to me on purpose because he needed us to know that he wanted us to be rich in every area of our lives, and even broke it down to what it actually meant. It meant that you were royalty, inspirational. It's going to require you courage to get out of those situations. That's why when fear steps in, you need the courage of a lion. You need to be
Right,
courageous and know that you are of a royal bloodline so that you can do this. And that's why we share these stories to be inspirational. And then the
right,
last letter is H for being humble. When you acquire this level of success, you are not going to be able to walk around arrogant and think that the blessings are going to still flow. You're not going to be able to have a cocky attitude because you got to know that it could have passed over you too, and we could
right,
have been in some of those situations. And so we know that nobody is coming back for our community. We know that nobody that looks like us, that walks like us, that talks like us, that come from similar backgrounds is going to come and bring elite level of education and
right.
information to our community. So we got to do it. So when I heard Toya talk about the $12.50 an hour, that's crazy because that's the number one, that's top of the list. So this is what this shows you. When you start trading with us, we give you this job equivalent chart and we show you how to replace that income of working 40 hours a week by literally taking your cell phone and copying some numbers in it and trading and making $100 a day. So if you making $12.50 an hour, now I ain't know it require no degree for that. Now that's ridiculous. I'm
Yes,
gonna just say
it
that
does.
is ridiculous. Don't get you are being tricked if you are going to college and spending $20,000, $30,000 a semester to be making 12. Come on, man. You can make 12. Man, crackheads is probably out hustling y'all in the street right now. They gonna get high. They gonna find a way to get high. And I don't know if crackheads still exist as far as like when I was growing up, the fiends, they were spending about $20 for their rocks. Now I knew because I was on the other side of it, and I worked really hard to see how those pharmaceutical reps on the street was being able to make that kind of money. Now I've been a businesswoman, but they wouldn't put me on the game by God's grace. But bottom line, what I'm saying is, what can you anyway? $12.50 an hour can be replaced with making $100 a day. That's $500 a week, $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year. I'm not talking about the $12.50. I'm talking about the debt that people are getting in
Right.
to make
Right.
$12.50. That's what I'm saying. I would think that you
Right.
don't need no degree to make no $12.50. Now, come on, y'all. It's 2020. So if you were making $31.25, it would literally just take you to be making $250 a day. Results do not guarantee future profits, but this is her personal testimony. This is pretty rich talk right now. When she said that she did that, guys, that means that she was right at $1,000 a day. That's $125 an hour that you would have to make to do what she was able to do in that 10-day span. So we're not guaranteeing any of these numbers are going to manifest for you just because you get involved. What we're saying is that when you learn a skill, when you apply yourself, when you get involved and you take this serious, the same opportunity that is being made available for her, for Toya, for me, it's also being made available for you.
Right.
And Dr.
So
China,
is there
can
a
I
trade
add?
given to us?
I always
Absolutely. The
want to tell
person.
them
Go ahead.
that, you know, we
Yep.
don't own the market too. I just want to make sure they understand that, because just as I made some wins, you know, my name on it, so I have to believe in it. But I want to be so transparent to where we're not just hollering about all of the wins. Along with the wins came some lessons. So I
That's
want
good.
everybody to know that's why it's very important to go into your back office, to understand and get with the educators, to understand for yourself. Don't worry about or wait on somebody else to feed you, waiting on alerts, waiting on somebody to send you something. Because once again, you're going to handicap yourself, just like as we talking about a mindset. So therefore, if I Am Academy provides us with the education and we already paying for it, why not tap into what you're paying for and understand the skill set that you'll have for the rest of your life? So what I'm trying to say is, because we're celebrating our wins, right? We celebrate our wins, but we never talk about our losses, because our losses are lessons. It's everything is going to be a lesson. So I just want to be real transparent with you all about that, to let you know that there will come some lost lessons because we don't own the market. But if you tap into your skill set, you can be very successful in this industry. So I just wanted to add that as well.
Absolutely. And I love that you added that, Kawana, because I think what's happening now as Forex begins to trend a little bit, like I've been doing it for 4 years. You guys came on board, been doing it. You, Kawana, for 9 months. You, Toya, for right at a year. And the truth of the matter is, we didn't have access to none of this stuff. So now Forex is a thing because people are seeing the results. But what most people don't know is the educators who have access to all of this information that we have access to that's disciplining themselves to learn it, are helping us along the way to have a lot of the wins. But no matter what, we don't control the market. So
We
all
don't.
the trades that's given to you when you sign up, the way we have product that we give to you when you sign up. We have education that's given to you that when you sign up. And yes, we have tools that you can copy, paste, and profit that you have access to when you sign up. But our community is not on a crutch. Maybe at one point, y'all know how we were. You know, we was pulling out trades like left and right. But guess what? What I realized, everybody was sitting and waiting to be fed. And people was handicapped. Now, guess what's happening? People are going into the back office. They're using DeLorean. They're using levels. They're using
Kimberly.
pivots. They're using bounce back. They're using Gold Cup. They're using HFX. They going in their academy. They know what a pip is. They know what a lot size is. They know what support and resistance is. They know what Fibonacci's is. They understand the indicators that they're using inside the market. We ain't no pretending over here. The people that are learning a skill are learning from premium education. This is not just one person that's saying, hey, I'm going to teach you everything that I learned. And you are capable of learning. I had a conversation today with Sharita Smalls. Big shouts out to Sharita. Sharita got some big news. I'm going to let her announce it. I ain't going to do it like that on here. But Sharita doing big things, okay, Miss Sharita Small. And we was just talking about how, I mean, so many people are winning, girl. It's amazing. We were just talking about how some people literally went to college and they get into a space like this and assume that they need one-on-one training. And she said, she asked the young lady, how realistic would it have been if you would have walked into your college class and with 100 students, you would have said, hey, I know I just paid all this money to come here, but I need some one-on-one, some one-on. You could get a tutor, but give yourself more credit than that, guys. Elementary students are learning how to trade. Junior high
Right.
students are learning how to trade. It is not as difficult as it looks. It's intended to look hard to keep us out. But now we
Right.
in, and people like you are in. And so if we're in and people like you are into this thing, it ain't because we have this magic that is sprinkled on. No, we're learning and we applied ourselves and it works and we're able to copy the master traders. I'm just saying, give yourself more
Right.
credit, guys. Like,
Yes,
don't be
give
out
yourself
here. Give
permission
yourself
to
more
win.
credit.
And even
Yeah.
if somebody
So
send out a trade, guess what? Fact check it before you put it in. Don't just go to putting stuff in somebody send you.
because
Go
you might be
fact check.
smarter than them.
Fact check. Go to your back office, look at your scanner, use your product, and fact check that trade before you get in it. Don't come saying, or the trade with, yeah, that's what the market do. It might go this way or it might go that way. So, you just got to get to know the back office guys and get to know what you're looking at and stop looking for handouts because nothing in life, is, I mean, you can't keep getting handouts.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love the evolution of the community. I love to see people go from, you know, I mean, honestly, we shifted our whole community and the whole community grew up. Everybody got stronger. When I
Mhm.
I
heard
love
Jeremy,
that.
Mr. White Me Down testimony, first of all, Toya, you would
Yeah.
never tell me Jeremy was making that kind of money. Y'all be keeping everything on. I'm like, wait, huh? Jeremy, wait. First of all, I didn't know you was getting it like that on your job, let alone now you done left your job and you telling me you done replaced your income in 8 months of what they was gonna pay you in a year, and you don't,
Yeah.
girl, this is
Hey, I didn't know how much he was making on his job either. It's not like I asked him that. So I was just as shocked as you when he said how much he was making on his job. I know Mr. Wipe Me Down, he definitely gets the bag. They be on with Talton, I mean, gold. They love gold. So I know he was getting a bag. I just didn't know it was that deep in the bag.
Yeah,
deep.
I love
Girl,
gold.
these
I
boys,
love gold.
these boys coming through with these duffel bags. We know we got a lot of females in this space. We be getting them. We get them checks now, but we
We
Yeah.
never said
finally
they was
seeing
getting it
some
like that.
men.
So
We finally seeing the men stand up like Frank Belt in front of the room. It looks good on you, sir. You know, people is
girl, look at
standing
Frank
up.
Belt. First of all, Kawana, Frank Belton is getting a bag. Hold on, let me find out Frank up in this piece getting a bag deep like that. Frank said he went from making $100 a day. I heard that testimony, and then Frank said he's doing 8 to 1,000 daily.
That boy
Come
looked
on,
like
man, that's
money in
life
the front of the
changing.
room. That's right. Let's
A whole
command
new
the
Frank,
room.
right?
I love it. I
I
just
know
love
that's
it
right.
because I was shy. I would never get on here talking. But to be so comfortable, because you guys are my sisters. So it just feels real good to be around like-minded individuals. I think I
Mhm.
mimic all y'all because I hear something Toya you were saying, I hear something you were saying, and I put that thing together, and I be saying, oh, it wasn't original, but I was a student, and I was taking some, like you said earlier, I was taking some from you. Look, generation, I'm in alignment with my assignment. I adapted that one. Girl, you hear me?
Yes,
I'm in
ma'am.
alignment
I
with my
love it.
assignment. I spoke that
Yes,
thing
and
into
we still
existence.
are. That and we
Yes.
still
Yeah.
are. And they not now they got some things that might segue from it because Holy Spirit gonna come through and he's gonna get all the weeds out, but we're gonna continue to be in alignment with the assignment because he told us that the appointed time, that the division was given for an appointed time, and that appointed time
Right.
is now. So I'm
Elevation requires
excited.
separation.
Yeah. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you
That's
so
right.
much.
And that's when you grow up. You know what I'm saying? You grow up. So we in a beautiful season. We in a beautiful place. We giving you guys an opportunity to partner. You got Kawana on Miss Pretty Rich. You got Latoya Jet on the Game Changer. And we're excited. We're excited for you partnering with us and something happening to you tonight that was birthed on this Labor Day. This is Labor Day. So it's time for you to deliver. Push
Mm-hmm.
through,
Yes,
baby. It's time for a
push.
birthing to take place. Okay. Push through the distractions that, hey, you got to know you can't be listening to the broke people that don't know that now. You got to be
Right.
careful now.
Right.
You didn't sit here with the pretty rich chicks, and now you can't go and then listen to somebody who, not that cute and broke, and be like, hey, I'm just saying, okay?
So now you need to stop disqualifying yourself and get back with the person that invited you to this call. And when I'm reaching for you, reach back, because it is an opportunity that I knew nothing about. Dr. China reached for me, Toya as well, and now we both are successful in this field that we knew nothing about. So
Right.
when we reaching for you guys, all we trying to say is, you can do this as well. You will
Right.
do good at what I'm doing. So
Yes.
inbox
Yes,
me,
that's
text
it.
me, WhatsApp me.
Exactly, because you'll be amazing at what we do. Don't you belong up here?
Yeah.
Y'all see, we got another space for you, right? We literally legit got a
Yeah.
whole space for you right up here. We
Our
got space for
table
you right
not
up here. So
full.
with that
Our
being
table
said,
not
ladies, this was
full.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love it. Well, ladies, thanks so much for being on. It's amazing that we were able to spend this time with everybody tonight. We're gonna farewell. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being
Bye.
on. Get back with the person that invited you and get started. Ask them for their
Yes.
link and get started. God bless you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Guys.
Toya. Thanks,
You're
Kawana.
welcome.
Pretty Rich
Welcome.
Chicks. Let's
Bye.
go.